Okay, Cash Stick Bullcraft here again. So I'm going to start inletting the lock. And what I've done, I've installed the tumbler and the cock here into the lock plate, and I'm going to put it into the mortise. And what I've done is I've set it in here where it needs to be, and I tapped it as far as it'll go, and then I removed it. And you can see that there's inletting black right there, and that corresponds with the stem that comes out of the tumbler there. So that is what's keeping this lock plate from going any further into the mortise. So as with everything else, we remove the blacked part out of the mortise there, and it'll allow the lock to sit further and further down to where it gets to where it needs to be. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't know if I'm going to film the entire process, but maybe as I put in the parts one by one and get those inletted, I'll show you what the status is. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that, and we'll be back in a short while. Okay, you can see that the lock is sitting a little bit more flatter in the mortise. And I've got some more inletting black on here. As you can see, there's no more black around this area, but there is some black up here where the cock comes in contact with the wood. So it's got to be moving freely back and forth, and you can see that it's binding up right here. I've already taken off a little bit earlier, but there's still a little bit over here that I need to take off. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll put the lock back in and see how it works. Now you can see the hammer pretty much moves back and forth pretty easily now. And that's about how much wood I had to take off to get it to move. It's still rubbing a little bit on the back here, but I'm going to put everything together and try it out again after a while. So the next thing I'm going to be inletting will be the bridle here. I'm going to put that in the lock and then put some inletting black on it and start to inlet that. Okay, so we got the bridle here, and I've got the inletting black on the bridle. And again, you can see that some inletting black right over here, a little bit in the screw hole, and a little bit up there. So that's where the bridle is touching. So I need to take that wood out. Be back in a few. Okay, so now we have the bridle inletted. Goes in just like that. And now I'm going to be doing the sear spring here. I'm going to inlet that. So I'll get the camera back on when I'm done and see how it looks. Okay, so I've got the back end of the lock inletted, and now I'm inletting the mainspring. And you can see here I've got black all over the mainspring. You can see here that there's a lot of black inside there. I'm just about done. I've been working on it for a while now, and I'm just down to the last part of it. So I'm just going to continue on, and when I get done, I'll turn the camera on and show you where I'm at. Okay, so we're back. I've got the lock fully inletted. You can see how far back the hammer is. With the mainspring in there, I was able to, it took all the play out of the hammer that was here before, and now I'm able to cock it back as far as it's supposed to go, because the mainspring is in here and all the internals are working. And right now it's at full cock, which is quite a ways back. And because it's quite a ways back, I had to carve out a significant piece of the top part of the mortise here. And you could see that, it's gone. And I drew a pencil line, if you can barely see it, where this border used to be. And what I'm going to do, though, to make it look a little bit better, I'm going to try to carve in another border so that at least it'll look intact as you're looking at the gun from side view. That there's creative carving. But if you look at it from this side, you'll see that, you know, there's a lot of it that's gone to make way or give clearance to the hammer of the lock. So anyway, for all intents and purposes, the lock is now inletted. It's not 100% inletted until I get that lock bolt installed that goes right here. And we're going to do that next. And after we do the lock bolt, we're going to do the other lock bolt, and then the lock will be done. But anyway, so that's it for now. The lock has been inletted. This is Cash Took Bowcraft. Thanks for